Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to my live stream. It is Friday night, and I decided to jump on here and go live and share with you guys two boxes that arrived at my house yesterday. These two right here, so we will unbox those in just a moment. And then I also wanted to spend a little time talking about supplements. So as you guys heard in the intro, bodybuilder and comic book collector, so we're going to do a little bit of both today, primarily because several people have asked me about supplements. So I wanted to show a couple of things that I'm taking. The company that I'm going to be highlighting is essentially a sponsor of mine, so full disclosure with that, but we'll talk a little bit about the products, why I like them, how long I've been taking them, all that kind of stuff. And my hope, just like with the videos that I create for comics, that you guys will find this helpful, because I know I was actually surprised when I returned to comics and learned that there was an overlap between bodybuilding and fitness and comic books. And so I haven't done much with that overlap, but I wanted to take a moment to kind of address that today. So let's see who is here in the chat. Looks like there's 11 of you guys here right now, and I definitely appreciate you guys being patient with me. I tried to go live at 7:05 today and then realized that Tony Sanders and JD and Jeffrey had a chat going on, so I decided to push my start time to be respectful to those guys, because they had an announcement about a project that they're working on. So I wanted to give them the space to be able to have their audience and have their moment. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me. So let's say hello to a couple of people here. Wingnut is here. TJ Watson, how you doing, brother? Bake the Snake is here. Comic Book NYC, who was over at the other live chat and is here now. Welcome, brothers. Good to see you. Rush Die Hard. Victor is here. Himalaya Comics is here. Thanatos, how you doing, brothers? Good to see you. Tony Sanders is in the house. Thank you, brother, for joining after your chat. Genome, Darwin, Stay Puff, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. It's good to see you. And RB3, man, RB3, I took a 20-minute nap on the couch today. I needed it. My kids woke me up, but I am up feeling refreshed, and we are going to unbox some comics. So if you guys have not taken the time to watch Thanatos' video from yesterday, I highly recommend it. It was an interesting video that I could not turn away from. I'm struggling. I am at a loss of words for how to describe this video. Oh my gosh, Matt is such a good guy. He is such a good guy. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, so let's knock out the supplement stuff first. Let's knock this out real quick, and then we'll jump into the comics. So a couple of things I want to highlight for you guys. I take pre-workout. Try not to take pre-workout every day for every workout, because sometimes you don't need it. But the one that I'm using comes from this company called Peak Fit Labs, and they have a product called KTA. It is a solid pre-workout. Over the 7 years or so that I've been an amateur / professional bodybuilder, I've used a ton of different pre-workouts. A lot of them are good, don't get me wrong, but I do like this one, and I've been using it for like the last year and a half. They also came out maybe 8 months ago with a BCA, a branched chain amino acid. I actually like these, and I will take 1 scoop of this before I work out, and sometimes 1 scoop after. If I'm doing fasting cardio, like in the morning on an empty stomach, I will also take a scoop for that. But branched chain amino acids, also from Peak Fit Labs, great product. And then it's basic stuff sometimes. Daily multivitamin, right? Keep it super simple. Daily multivitamin. I take this thing every single day, sometimes twice a day. And then I also take turmeric as well. And this is for joints, for inflammation. I think it also has some benefits for your liver as well. So I take that to kind of help with general overall health. And then I also take like basic stuff, like a B12, vitamin C, all that basic stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of put that out there because several people have kind of asked me about the supplements, and I at least wanted to address it. I'll show you the ingredients here. So here are the BCAAs one more time. And Thanatos, no proprietary ingredients. Everything is disclosed right there on the label. I don't think that there's anything proprietary there. They kind of list all the ingredients out. And one of the things that this company kind of talks about is that, you know, they try to keep things on the up and up by disclosing, you know, the ingredients in their products. They try to be transparent. So here's the KTA. This is the pre-workout. And then I'll show you the ingredients for that as well. You can find it at peakfitlabs.com. And then I think also on Amazon, you can actually find some information there as well. Comics Addiction, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Here's the turmeric joint function support, and then you can see the ingredients. But if you go to peakfitlabs.com or also Amazon, you can actually read all about their products and more importantly about them as a company. So definitely some good stuff. So there you go. I appreciate it, Comics Addiction, brother. That's awesome of you. Let me get caught up here. Which one makes your belly shrink? RB3, that's probably why you're so sleepy, brother. Because didn't you go to the gym today? Ben, how you doing? Tech 31 kid. I was thinking about you the other day, man, and started to send you a message. Randy is here. So we have about 32 people here. So welcome everybody. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out there. Thanatos is saying those are some solid ingredients in KTA. Again, I've actually been sponsored by 3 different supplement companies over my career. The first one was back when I was an amateur, and then I've worked with a total of 3 supplement companies. And I mean, all of them have great products, but I do really like this company. I like the products. And like I said, I actually do use this stuff. So, and yeah, Red Cap Man Studios is talking about omega-3. I actually take my omega-3 fatty acids as well. I take a couple of capsules of that. I take some glutamine for like joint health. And also because when you're lifting, you deplete glutamine from the body. So you have to replenish it. And all of this stuff is in addition to what should be a sensible diet, right? None of this stuff, to RB3's question, none of this stuff is going to solve all of your problems, but they are supplemental to a really good diet. And one thing that I didn't show here is stuff like creatine, which is one of the most studied supplements out there, which has been shown to actually help add muscle mass to a body, especially when they did studies in older patients who typically have a muscle wasting because they're not eating, because they're getting old, but testosterone levels are dropping, and so they have muscle wasting. They actually found that when supplementing with creatine monohydrate, they could actually add some muscle mass back. So it won't make you look like the Incredible Hulk, but I think that it's one of those things that can actually help. So certainly creatine does still exist. Yes, it does. Specifically, the monohydrate is one that I like. I'll do 5 grams pre-workout, sometimes 5 grams post-workout. So, and again, if you guys have any questions or thoughts about any of this stuff, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. Always happy to help you guys out with some hopefully sensible advice. All right, so let's get to the main event. Let's get to the main event, and we're gonna open up this box first. This is from my buddy Dennis King, also known as Kingpin Comics. He reached out to me and said that he was going to send me a box of things, and I asked him if I could get that AF-15, and he told me that it's in the mail. So we should be able to pop this one open and check out that AF-15. I can tell you, my mail lady hates me. She came walking up the stairs with this stuff, and she was not happy with me at all. So as I always tell people, great packing job, brother. As I always tell people, I never expect anything, but I think it's awesome when people actually will send something. I really do appreciate the acts of kindness, no matter how big or how small they happen to be. So I'm actually going to read this one. So it is from Kingpin Comics. Great letterhead right there. It says, as promised, here is a small stack of my books that I would like to donate as prizes for our future trivia nights on your channel. There is one special book I won't say what that is, that he would like to give to me, so I appreciate that. It says I can add it to the prize pile if I wish, but open it first before you decide. All right, will do. There are some extra books from my collection. Instead of selling them to a store where they will sit, I like for them to go to a good home, whoever wants them. Love the channel, and Marvel rules, DC rules. Just kidding, all comics rule. Signed by Dennis, the Kingpin King. That is awesome. Well done, sir. Well done. Is he in here? Is he in the room? He's in the room. There he is. He is in the room. Shout out to you, brother. I definitely appreciate it. Great letter, and thank you for sending these books. And we will do a trivia night sometime soon, and we will make these books available to people. We'll figure a way to kind of spread them out so we don't do it all at once, maybe. But we will definitely make these available to folks. So you guys pay attention, because these books may be made available to you sometime soon. And this is part of what I was alluding to the other day in my live stream, how sometimes people want to do things for the community, and they allow me, thankfully, to be the conduit to which they do that. And I appreciate the opportunity, you know. I've given away, I don't know, maybe close to 60 books or something like that out of my personal collection. So I definitely appreciate Kingpin Comics sending me a couple here to add to the stack. So definitely a cool thing. And he's right in that DC rules. So, you know, there is that. All right, so we've got a couple of cool things right off the top. I see some new 52 stuff going on in here. And he is a fan, as am I, of painter's tape, because it is a miracle product. All right, so we have first up Our Man #1. There we go, Our Man #1, and we also have Our Man #2. Again, these are donations from Kingpin Comics for an upcoming trivia day. So we have a Red Lantern, Thanatos, are you still here? Red Lantern #4. Pretty cool cover there, that's cool. We have Shadow of the Bat #25. Oh man, this back, I like this. Babylon 5. I forgot about this show. Do you guys remember Babylon 5? That is crazy. We have another Batman book, Batman 668. Very cool book. It looks very similar to, these two are very similar. I don't know, maybe there's something related there. You guys will tell me. But those basically like the same thing there. Very cool. Another Batman book with a Joker, Batman #491. And again, all of these books will be made available at a future trivia night. Superboy #1. He almost sent me a full thing of DC books. Rush, Die Hard, yes, man. So we're gonna open this one in just a moment. This is a really cool Jim Lee. Is that Jim Lee? No, it's Wills. 281, it says open me, so we're gonna crack that one open in just a second. Oh, Knight's Quest Batman saying it's the same storyline. There you go. There you go. All right, so now we just made the transition to DC. Here we go. So we have, what is this? Avengers 1? I think that's what this is. That's a cool book. Can't go wrong with the little Avengers action. Some Doctor Doom in there. There we go. That's all right. We have Daredevil 322, A Fall from Grace. It's a pretty nice cover. And then we have Daredevil 323, a continuation, I think, of that story, the Fall from Grace storyline. It's a cool one. That's a cool cover. Looks like Venom, I think. Yep, that is Venom. Guest starring Venom. We have Generation X. I don't know what issue this is. Not sure what issue this is. It's from October '94. So that's cool. And then we have The Solution from Ultraverse #0. It's from Malibu Comics. So a nice little stack of books here. Kingpin Comics, thank you, brother, for sending these over. I will add these to the stack of books that will go to a loving home, because I promise you someone out there will absolutely want these books and will absolutely appreciate them. So thank you for sending these over. I really do appreciate it. All right, so let's crack this open. He says that he wants me to open this particular book. So we're gonna see what's inside of this X-Men 281. Oh, that's cool. I don't know who signed that. I can't read that handwriting. Whose handwriting is that, Kingpin Comics? Can you tell me? Is that John Byrne? Is that John Byrne? That might be John Byrne. That's cool. That is cool right there. Can you guys see that? That is cool. Couldn't read it at first, then I got it. That is cool. Brother, that is a very, very awesome thing, because this is a cool book. I think I have like 4 copies of this, but none of them are signed by John Byrne. So man, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. And no, this one will not be going in the stack. That will be auctioned or given away as part of trivia night. This is going in one of the bins behind me. Thank you, man. This is awesome. Thank you very much. This is a gorgeous book that I remember from my childhood. Now it has an awesome signature on the inside. I actually do not have a John Byrne signature, so this is really cool. Thank you, Kingpin Comics. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. I'm going to put these books right next to the stack of books that I will be using to beat Thanatos Comics on Comic Book War on November 12th. So they're sitting right there because that is a stack of wonderfulness in both cases. Not my cup of tea. Throw one of your copies on the stack. Well, Kingpin, Comic Books NYC, let's not get carried away, brother. Let's not give away my X-Men books. Let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. No, Kingpin, that is an awesome gift, brother. I am a fan of John Byrne, and I don't have his signature, and it's really cool to get his signature, because I heard that he doesn't always sign books. I don't think he allows for CGC signature stuff. And like I said, I don't have his signature on anything. So it's really cool. I was actually watching one of those sci-fi videos of him the other day. He has like, I think there's like 3 or 4 videos where he's been on the sci-fi. And I actually like watching those videos because in one, he was actually talking about an X-Men series that he was doing like on spec, and has been talking to the editor of Marvel about trying to get them interested. It's like Other Worlds or something like that. But it's like, the dude is super creative, and I would love to see him come back to Marvel at some point. So, Thanatos, brother, you are going to be in trouble. Tracy is Best says, "Where's the DC stack?" There's a huge stack of it over here, brother. That just came in. Kingpin Comics says that book was signed in the late 80s, early 90s. He did a signing at a small LCS in Oklahoma. Very cool. Kingpin says he wore him out with a huge stack of books to sign. That is awesome, man. Thank you very much for sharing that. For sharing the backstory, but then also for sharing the signature. Wow. Thank you, brother. XPSP2 Windows. Thank you very much for the super chat. This super chat thing is like new to me. I was doing a live feed a little while ago, and it was JD that actually gave me my first one, and it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, what is what is that? So thank you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys doing that for me. It's awesome. And yes, it will go towards the wall of truth in some way, shape, or form. You better believe. Hallelujah, Comic Bro. Yes, it is definitely a classic. JD, there he is. He hooked me up with his very first my very first super chat, so I'm definitely appreciative of that. He is also a very good guy. So I just did a support video for him that I think already has like over 300 views or something like that. So if you guys have not subbed up JD, you definitely want to check him out. His wife just hooked him up with this really new camera. Like, he has some amazing books, right? But now he has an amazing camera that makes the amazing books look even better, because he just put this book up and I was like, that is the most gorgeous book I've ever seen. So if you guys haven't checked him out, you definitely want to check him out. Yeah, John's Comics with Kids, we are going to be on Matt's channel next time. That is going to be on Monday, November 12th, this coming Monday. Matt has yet to hunt for any books, but he has all day off Monday to hunt. So let's wish him luck, but not too much luck, because I want to go 2-0. So we'll be on his channel, so we'll see what happens. And what is he saying here? Yeah. Thanatos is saying he needs some of that white whale thumbnail magic. I told you guys last time, his thumbnails are incredible. They make mine look really bad. Like I went back and reworked my thumbnail because his looked so good, and I still didn't quite compete with his thumbnail. So, yeah. All right, so let's pop open this next one. So this is, again, my mail lady who hates the 2 flights of stairs in front of my house comes walking up to the door with like this box, which is a very long box with like 3 other boxes on top of it. So she was not very happy. But this arrived yesterday, I do believe, from my buddy RB3. He sent this over to me. I have had the pleasure of getting to know RB3 pretty well. We talk every couple of days via text or Instagram or something like that. He actually came into town a couple of weeks ago, and he and I had a chance to meet at a mutual friend's house, hung out for a little while, looked at some amazing art. I got a chance to shoot some cool video. So it was awesome to actually meet him. And I've said this before, you know, for me, I think it's really cool when you have an opportunity to meet some comic collector in person, you know, especially if you've gotten to like know them via their channel. So it was cool to kind of hang out with him. And hopefully if he comes back, I think in December, maybe we'll get a chance to hang out again. But he too is a fan of excellent boxing and painter's tape. So my kind of guy all the way around. So what does this say? Oh, and that's what I forgot to mention. This is actually a Christmas present from RB3. He hooked me up with this. I sort of know what it is. I was actually sitting at work one day and had a free moment. And as I picked up my phone to check my messages, it popped up that he was going live. So I jump in the thing. And he basically, in this video, was revealing my Christmas present, and I happened to join. So I think it caught him off guard because oftentimes I can't join live chats during the day because I'm actually at work. So we hit 30 likes on that video. Yeah, brother, I am not putting makeup on my face, Thanatos. I am not doing it. My wife is a fitness chick and actually does not even own makeup. So this is incredible. This is incredible. This is really, really cool. So RB3, are you still here? What's the name of the guy that drew this? So this is what RB3 hooks me up with. I don't even know if you guys can even see all of that. This is a massive piece of artwork that is just gorgeous. We have the Green Goblin back there on his hang glider. We have Spidey swinging towards us. Just look at the detail on this thing. This thing is really, really cool. I think his last name is Steele. This thing is really cool. And I saw it, yeah, live on camera, but it doesn't do it justice to actually see it in person. This thing is really cool. Look at that. Look at that goblin in his hand. Look at that thing. That is cool. And then here, what's cool is, let's flip it over. This thing is awesome. The colors are great, but to be honest with you, I like the black and white version. This thing is really, really awesome. I don't know if RB3 is still here in the room, but I'm not sure who the guy's name is. Oh, Philip Steele, is that what it is? Philip Steele? So very cool sketch. This thing is awesome. So RB3 has been trying to get me more into original art. And it's tough. It's tough. If you ever look at the artwork, it is complex. It is expensive. It's, as RB3 says, it's for big boys, and I don't think I'm a big boy yet. So I'm still trying to figure it out. So he actually hooked me up when I was originally like thinking about getting into art. He actually sent me a wonderful like tutorial on like art and what to look for and how to buy it, which was really helpful in terms of like helping me to kind of frame up my mindset, my understanding of it. I've spoken to some other buddies who have helped me to kind of understand like the pricing and things like that. And it's something that I definitely want to do. And so what I decided to do was instead of buying art, what I decided to do was to kind of test the waters, right? Instead of going with professional art, I started with some amateur artists. And so I actually commissioned 3 amateur pieces that I've shown in other videos. And I may do another video for each one of the artists to kind of specifically highlight his or her work. I have 2 of the artists working right now, waiting for the 3rd. But then I also have received some amazing art from like Whitewell Comics, Tony Sanders, and also JD. JD's piece is up over here on the wall, and it is a gorgeous Thanos and Spider-Man piece. I have another piece over here from one of the other artists. So what I've been doing is kind of dipping my toe in the water with like amateur artists with the hope that I can move towards the professionals. Excuse me, and what you know, RB3 and others have been advising me is to try to buy published work instead of commissions and things like that. So I just need to wrap my mind around that idea. And in fact, I've actually been hunting for some specific artwork, original art from like Ed McGuinness. He was doing some work for Avengers, which I really liked. And so I was looking at some of his artwork. I was talking to his buyer, trying to figure some things out. And he actually had a death in the family. And so the issue that I really wanted, he only did a couple of pages in that particular book because he had a death and he had to step away. And so there was another artist that came in to finish the art, and the guy only does electronic stuff. He only does digital. So there were no, you know, sketches to actually buy, despite the fact that the artwork was incredible. So it's not like I haven't been trying. I just haven't really found, you know, that piece that moves me enough to spend that kind of money. So sooner or later, I will actually jump into the waters. But this is something that will actually help compel me to actually do it, because this thing is incredible. And again, the black and white version is just gorgeous. And then the color version is really impressive. So I need to figure out how to get this thing framed, maybe side by side, so that you can actually appreciate both pieces of this artwork. RB3, who did the coloring and inking? Did Steel do this thing as well? So I'm seeing a message here. Let me get caught up here. Tony Sanders says go with Arthur Adams. He's the closest to Ed McGuinness. Yeah, well, I'll have to look into that. Nothing wrong with commissions if you enjoy them. Bad for resale, however, on most. Yeah, and that's the other part of it. Yeah, that's the other part of it. Is not that I sell stuff all the time, but you know, you kind of always think about the future and what the future holds. And so I think the commissions and stuff like that are great, but you know, part of it is like, I actually also like the idea of having the book, the comic that the art comes from, and then having the original art. I think that's really cool. And part of it is I want to buy the art from a book that I really like. And that's what, you know, I'm trying to do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds, you know, we'll see what the future holds. So, RB3 says he's not sure about the colors, but he'll find out. Cool. I appreciate that. I'm just curious, you know, who actually did that. So, all right, guys, so we will do a quick recap and then we will get ourselves out of here. I know many of you have actually been on a couple of different chats tonight, and I am going to keep it tight so that everybody can get on to other things. So, I received a wonderful AOK / contribution towards trivia night from my buddy Kingpin Comics, who I've been talking to Kingpin since back when he was DDK. I think that was his original name, was DDK. That was his channel. Then he changed it to Kingpin Comics maybe 6 months ago. But he sent me a wonderful token. This one is the most significant in my mind because it is an X-Men book that is near and dear to my heart. It's X-Men 281. Now, what makes this special and why he actually says open me is that it's actually signed on the inside front page by John Byrne, which is really, really cool. I don't own any John Byrne signatures, but I guess I do now. So that's really cool. So I appreciate that. And then he also offered up, I'm gonna just kind of flash these, a couple of really cool books for my trivia night that I've been doing. I've done 2 trivia nights before. If you guys are new to the channel, basically what I do is I jump on here, I ask a couple of trivia questions related to either general comic book knowledge And then also I pull some of the questions from videos that I put up over the course of the week leading into trivia night. And I always tell people, if you watch the videos, if you stay abreast of like what's happening in the comic book community, you'll be fine with answering the questions. And all you have to do really is to answer one question correctly, and then you have the opportunity to pick from a stack of books that I make available. You pick 2 copies, and then I drop those books into the mail. And in fact, most of the guys that participated in my last trivia night are actually receiving their books as we speak. And a couple of them have already done their video, or a couple of them have done videos in which they actually show the books. So we have a good time. We normally have a good turnout of people. It's, you know, sometimes as many as 50 people, 55 people or so in the chat that are participating. So we'll do trivia night again, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll do it again. And some of the books that I just showed you a few moments ago will be made available as part of that trivia night. In addition to, I've received two other AOKs that I'll kind of add together that have come from the community. I'll mix them and then give it back to the community. And then I have one more that I'm expecting again to be able to give back to the community as well. And I'll probably, for that one, I'm actually going to do a dedicated trivia night, I think, because that's going to be, I think, a significant contribution. And so I want to honor that for a couple of different reasons that I'll explain a little bit later. So the other thing that I received, that was the box 1. Box 2 was this amazing piece of artwork commission that was done by an artist, Philip Steele, RB3, who you guys hopefully follow because he does some awesome videos on investments and analyses of comics. He had this piece commissioned for me as a token of appreciation and also basically for my Christmas gift. So I definitely appreciate that. This is an amazing piece, and it's all the more amazing because it also includes the colored version of this thing as well. So I want to try to get this thing mounted and find a place here in my comic room to actually display this thing because it is gorgeous. So to RB3 and also Kingpin Comics, I say thank you to both of you guys. I absolutely appreciate it. So at the beginning of this video, I also did a review of some supplements that I take from Peak Fit Labs. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you may want to go back and watch the first part of this thing so you can see those supplements. I'm not going to show them again now, but you can definitely check that out if there's some interest. So let me get caught up real quick here on the chat. Wolverine Collector is saying Heritage has a 9.8 Hulk 181 at 36K. That is incredible. That is incredible. 36K with 5 days left. That is crazy. I hope they get every single penny of that money, you know? All right, so here I'm caught up here. Thank you, RB3 says Merry Christmas, and I do indeed like it, brother. So I'm actually gonna try to find a spot to put it up here in the wall after I get it mounted. Yeah, a Wolverine Collector, that is a crazy price for that book. But again, I hope they get every single dollar. Just Rican in his comics, thank you, brother, for hanging out for a little bit. I definitely appreciate you stopping by the channel to hang out. Simon Comics is here. Los is here. Daniel is here. How you guys doing? It is good to see you guys. JD is also here. I think I said hello to JD already. All right. So with that, guys, as I mentioned, I know a lot of folks have been on a couple of different live chats tonight. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to say thank you to you guys. This week was a big week. It was the first week that I've ever released 5 videos in a row. I released a video every day this week, and I also went live, I think, twice this week as well. A lot of content coming out this week. I also have, I think, a big week next week. So I want to thank you guys for continuing to support the channel, continuing to watch the videos. I definitely appreciate all the support that you guys have been lending me. There were 2 guys, and I don't remember who they were, who gave me super chats today. See, I'm trying to scroll back. XPSP2 Windows, and there was one more. Looking. Comics Addiction. I want to thank both of you guys for those super chat contributions. They will find their way to a comic book in this room. Rest assured. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend.